Morning Vanessa, this is Braden from Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. Hey, just doing a quick video tour on our 2020 Subaru XV, the graphite sitting here in front of me, the 2-litre, obviously the I as well, for only $30,990 drive away. Thank you again for your inquiry. Obviously, I understand you are down south, no stress at all. Like I said, we're incredibly lucky up here. We're actually the biggest pre-owned yard for all of Toyota in all of Queensland, and we're actually number 2 in Australia as well. So I'm currently at 235 Mulgrave Road, our biggest used car yard up here, and we've got another location up at 77 Mulgrave Road. You can see our Toyota Lexus showrooms in the background there up the hill, all our service departments down the road and everything there too. And as you can see, we're literally jam-packed here at the moment, so we burn it through a bit over 200 cars a month, and usually freight between sort of 80 to 90 south of here and interstate and everything like that as well. So it means we get some absolutely awesome cars just like this Subaru. So I've given it a quick chamois because we did get a fair bit of rain last night, but I've given it a quick chamois. Just wanted to give you a quick look through the car itself. So as we go across the roof, like I said, everything is all, we obviously guarantee no hail damage, no flood damage or anything like that. The $30,990 is drive away, so it's all your stamp duties, your transfers, everything like that as well. Now this one here, there is a small little chip in the actual windscreen there, so it is booked to get that inspected this week as well, so we're getting that looked at too. So obviously it's only just fresh into stock, so we're just going to book that in. But like I said, the whole idea of this video is just to be as absolutely honest as we possibly can, so you can see every little anything that I can see as well. I'm going to point out for you. Looking very tidy across the actual bonnet itself though. Looking very clean across there. Not too much to show, which is always a good thing. Just little bits of dust in that. Obviously down the passenger side wheel arch, I did kick these wheels out because I wanted you to see in there too. So obviously very tidy alloys. Doesn't look like any marks or anything like that on them that I can see. Just a little tiny little hairline one just there. Now if anything like that, if you can't see it on the camera, just let me know and I'll get some photos through instead for you. I did kick these tyres out for you too because I wanted you to be able to see the tread in there as well. So pretty much brand new tyres. And as well through the inside. So very clean through the suspension and everything in there too. I'll try and get the camera in there as much as I can for you. So very tidy through the inside. Just across the rest of the front guard here now. Little tiny little stone chip just there. If things like that are a concern for you, let me know and I'm sure we could potentially talk to management and see if we can get those touched up for you. A little bit of a hairline mark just there as well, but not too bad at all. Obviously they are pre-owned vehicles, so there's always going to be something, but we, like I said, just try and point out as much as I possibly can for you. Just down obviously the passenger side now here too. So the beauty of this one, so we do have 2 keys. Oh sorry, just the 1 key with this. So it is just that one there. So we've got the central lock and the genuine Subaru key with the central locking obviously there as well, and the be able to pop the boot from there too. Sometimes we do get lucky if the keys do get handed in later on down the track. I will be in touch with you and I'll be able to post those down. But at the moment we just advertise them with just the one, what they come with. Little tiny little stone chips just there. Keyless entry on the main doors to these guys too, so you can simply lock the car with that one by putting your finger on it. Locks the car. As soon as we go away, come back, the sensors are on the inside of the handle and that then unlocks it for you as well. So very tidy through the inside here. Those door cards, we've got that beautiful orange stitching on the black. All the electric windows. Very clean through the inside. Very faint little sort of scuffing just on that edge from people sort of catching their boots, jumping in and out. Through the door jams and everything, as you can see, looking very clean. Little tiny bit of dust down the bottom. So we obviously get them re-detailed before we send it down to you, but very clean across the actual dash itself. So all service history, everything's manuals, the whole works are all on the inside there for you. So it was previously a rental vehicle, so because of the turnover that we do have, we're pretty particular about the places that we get them. So there's only sort of a couple rental yards that we do use, because exactly like this, they service them to a T and they look after them a hell of a lot better than some of the others. So first service originally, that original check that they do at 2020 in March. First proper service was done at 12,000 at July 2020. Next one at April 2021 at 23,000. 2021 in January, that's November, sorry, at 36,000 kilometers. 50,000 kilometers at 2022 in August through altitude down in Rocky, so that's where this one was. And then of course us. So Coral Motors, that's us, that's our yard. When they come in, if they're due for a service, we get them done. So the last service was the 16th of May and 2023 as well, so when they're coming through. So we've got about 150 cars going through our reconditioning at any one time, and so as soon as they come to the yard, everything's all ready to go, nice and easy for you. So very tidy through the actual passenger seat, same through the drivers there as well. Even through that center console. Again, with all that orange stitching and the black looks so good. Down through the roof in that too. There's back. I'll show you then in just a second as well. Your build plates just down there for you too. Just down the rest of the car, down the passenger side here too. Give you a quick look down the body lines of that car so you can see yourself. Obviously no dents or anything like that. Little tiny bits. It looks like maybe when they've sprayed stuff on for the windows. I'll see if a little bit of polish or something might be able to clean that out. Not too bad through the inside here. Nice and child locks on both these rear doors. Electric windows the whole way around still. Little tiny little marks just right on the very edge there. I'd say someone's watch might have just been resting up against it. And again, just those entry marks from people's shoes and that kind of thing, jumping in and out. Down through the back here. Not too bad at all. Got the argument separated in the middle there with all your cup holders and everything like that. Got a little lever up the top here to lift that up. So you lift this one. You got a 60-40 split with these guys. So that's the 40%, that's the 60. So that will fold down as one piece. We also got this little privacy shade in the back there as well. Once they do go down, it's just about a flat platform between the boot and here as well. So that's the beauty of it. And you've got 3 child anchor points here too. So 1, 2, and 3 in case they're necessary for you. I'll leave that down because I do want to show you in a second how much space there is in the back. Just a quick look across that roof as well. Just a tiny little sort of mark just there on the roof. But not too bad otherwise. In the back here, of course, and again, absolutely stacks of tread left in there too. Trying to squeeze the camera in between, but so you can see through the shockies and that. This one's looking very tidy. Press that rear bar for you too. So you've got a little reverse camera just tucked under there as well. Little tiny sort of little stone chip just there. Nothing bad though. Inside of that door card. So like I said, you've got these privacy shades, so they click out basically, just sit into place. So if you want to keep the sun off anything in the back, groceries, stuff like that, you can do so. If you don't like them and you do want them out, they simply retract and you can take it out just like that as well. Otherwise, it just sits back into place. Like I said, you've got that 60-40 split, so this handle is going to drop that seat down as well, bringing that forward. And you've got the child anchor points in the back there too. So 1, 2, and 3 over the back there as well. But basically, once those seats are down, you've got a huge, massive amount of space through the inside there. Spare tyre just under there for you as well. Try and get the camera, so pretty much brand new on that one. Tools around the outside and in there as well, and of course your jack there as well. Now that is a solid platform and that does come out, so if you want to put it down on the road and you're changing a tyre or anything like that, you can use that platform as a base as opposed to sitting on bitumen and gravel and things like that wherever you are. The only little marks on the inside here that I can find through the back was just obviously on that little plastic there. I'd say a bit of luggage coming in and out, something like that. Just a little bit of scuffing on those, but that's exactly what they're designed for. So it's only the plastics, not the paint. Same thing, just on the inside there. Super light little scuffing just on the inside, but nothing too bad at all. Again, just another look down the driver's side now. Little tiny sort of hairline ones there. Bit of excitement going on. So the fuel inlet's obviously here. I'll show you where the release is for that once we jump inside. Down to the back wheels here. Looking very tidy. Again, absolutely stacks of tread left in those guys. Back there as well. Just a little hairline one there, probably about less than a centimetre long. Again, like I said, I'm just trying to be as picky as I possibly can for you. just those same little scuff marks on the entry there. So like I said, you've got that second lever to bring that down. Gives you access into the back there as well. So a huge amount of space when necessary. Now those windows aren't actually tinted as well. So that is stuff we can do in-house for you though, if that is something you want to look at. Just very little, I'm trying to be picky as, but there's very tiny sort of little marks just there and there. They're not even quite stone chips, but polish may clean them out. But like I said, just want to be as picky as I possibly can for you. Same thing just there, tiny sunspot. Down the rest of the driver's side. Just the front. So a little scuff just there. Again, it's just a little bit in the paint. And same thing, just across the actual plastic on the front, you've got a couple little marks on those. But it's all on these plastic parts, so not in the actual paint. It's always a good thing. Just some little stone chips just there as well. So, just going to jump on the inside now. So down the driver's side, main controls, master controls here for you. So all the windows, central locking, mirrors, everything like that's all on the right hand side here. So you simply just twist that to the left and the right and you adjust that toggle as you need to. You do have the option to tuck those mirrors in, so when you lock the car or when you push that button, it's going to fold those in. So if you're at shopping centres or any of that kind of thing, it just means people won't be damaging the mirrors, or less likely to when they're walking through. Again, on the plastic there, little light sort of scuffing just within the driver's side, obviously the highest traffic area of the car. Fuel releases just there, bonnet releases just there. I will pop that because I do want to show you under there too. Ignition, so I'll show you that in a second once we jump inside the car. Auto start stop as well, so if you, some people don't like it, so they give you the option to turn it on and off. But basically when you come to a stop, the car's actually going to switch off, save a bit of fuel. Second, you release pressure off the brakes, it's going to turn back on for you as well. So good for traffic lights, stuff like that, saving a bit of fuel. Not so good up here because it gets really hot up in Cairns, so it does get a bit hotter in the car having the air conditioning off while that's happening. So the traction control there as well, so if you want to do a bit of fun stuff. Adjustments for the headlights, so you can actually pitch the headlights with a different direction. So if you're driving on along roads, rural roads, stuff like that, you can crank the headlights up, get a bit more distance. Otherwise around town you can push them down as well, and of course your dimmer for the actual dash there too. But very tidy down through the middle there. Height adjustments here, so short people like me can crank that seat right up. So we're going to jump on the inside here too, get started up. So you do have to have your foot on the brake, push the ignition in the bottom. Bit of radio going for you. Get some aircon going too, because it is cranking out there. Now, because these are all LED screens, it looks like it's flashing, but they're not actually flashing. That's just because of the cameras that the phone camera is picking up on it. If I put the phone on the right angle, that actually stops. There we go, just like that. So 57,271 kilometers as it sits right now. So no engine lights or dash lights or anything like that. Like I said, not due for another service until 70,000 kilometers. At the top there, as you can see, very tidy through the inside here. All your cruise control, safety stuff's all on the right hand side here. So you lane departure and then adaptive. Basically it's got like a forward collision thing in the middle, so basically if you can change the settings on how far you want it to sit. Basically if somebody in front of you does slam on the brakes, this will actually react and help you brake if you don't react in time as well. The cruise controls all there, lane departure as well, so it's going to beep at you if you start to drift over those lanes. Behind here, not sure if you can see, get the camera in the right angle, you got a little plus on that one there, so that's a little gear shifter, and a minus on the left hand side. So when you're in the manual mode in this, so you got obviously drive, and then if you flick the gear stick across, it's now in manual mode as well. So we got up on the main screen here, a little first gear there, so you can actually go up and down the gears. So there you go, that's now second gear, and then back down with the left hand side, so you can control the gears from up on the steering wheel. It's got the paddle shift, so if you do want to have a little bit of fun with this, or you want to overtake, or anything like that, you just want a bit more control in the gears, you can do so from the steering wheel as well while you're driving. On the right hand side, obviously all your headlights and everything like that. Wipers are all on the left hand side, nice and easy, pretty standard. Radio controls, jump between AM, FM, Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff are on the left hand side, and of course being able to answer the phone calls. Your different little menus and everything from the inside there is controlled from behind the steering wheel, so you can go up and down using those little controls through there. So that's basically your trip meters and all those sort of things. Massive big display here, so you've got that little reverse camera tucked in the back. It is predictable, so you've got two different sets of lines here. So at the moment I've got those steering wheel turned, so that's basically showing the direction of travel that we're going to go. So as we do that, it's we're going to keep going and show the direction of where we're going to head, basically. So nice and easy. The green, yellow and the red lines though are all stationary, so if you're reversing into a car park, pretty much you just line yourself up with the white lines in on the outside of those coloured ones, and you'll be perfect in the dead centre every single time. You can actually see the back of the bar there too, so if you ever put a tow bar on, or you want to reverse to trailers or even just other cars, walls, anything behind you, you never should actually back into anything because it's literally right there for you. It makes it nice and easy. As soon as we go into park again, so huge big touchscreen here, massive big buttons, so it's nice and easy to use while you're driving. So again, we can radio stations, everything like that. You got a little home button there too, so it's going to bring you here. We do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in there as well. All your settings, phone calls once your Bluetooth's connected, and of course we've got radio everywhere as well. So real nice and easy, and all your personalisation settings through there too. You got a little setting, little screen up the top there as well. It's a cool thing about the Subarus. Try and get that on the right light again as well. There you go. So a little infotainment screen there too. I've got to stop using the Android because it does this with every car. There you go. So got your time, got all your trip meters, all that kind of stuff, all the distance for the fuels, everything like that there too. So you can actually control those, go up and down the different little menus and everything like that. So all the different screens through the middle there. But it's all controllable. So a nice little setup for you. Things, for example, like if we put it in that X mode, you're going to see that come up, give you basically the different angle of the tyres, or the angle of the car that it's on, all that kind of stuff. So awesome little bits of info there for you while you're driving. As we come down, so again, all your climate stuff, so you can jump all the buttons that are at the top there are all down here as well. So you can jump straight into those, makes life nice and easy for you. Aircon's down the bottom, so fan speed. They are dual climate, so as you can see when I do that, left-hand side temperature goes up, driver's side totally independent, so you've got his and her settings basically for it while you're driving. Fan speed in the middle, and of course where you want them coming out of and everything like that. Normal straight line shifter, which is pretty nice and easy. USBs, AUX and accessory plugs down the bottom there for your charging, Apple CarPlay, all that kind of stuff. Electric handbrake here, so got to have the foot on the brake, push that down like you normally would. You better feel that behind your foot, and of course the light turns off in there when we do that too. So again, just try and get that on the right angle. Got your camera. I need a new phone. So as we pull that up, you'll see that handbrake light engaged. There you go, on the right hand side. So you know that's nice and working perfectly. We've got auto vehicle hold, so AVH. So again, really good for construction sites, red lights, so that you know you're going to sit there for a while. Basically, you can leave it in drive, and it's like leaving the handbrake on while you're in drive. So you can take the foot off the brake. Second you go to accelerate, it's just going to release automatically for you. So really nice handy mode. That's that X mode I was saying about as well. So that's when you want to use if you're going off-road. Adjustable cup holders through the middle there. A little bit of storage for coins and that kind of stuff. More USBs and charging points in the middle there too. Even just little things. This is how you know they're good cars. Little recesses there for your cords, so you don't go crunching your cords. Even Toyota doesn't do that. Adjustable seat belts, drop down handles the whole way around, including the driver's side. Little notifications up here, so anyone in the back takes their seat belts off, you know who to yell at. We got mirrors and lights on the passenger side, mirrors and lights on the driver's side, and yeah, so that's pretty much everything I reckon. Found it all. So what I will do, like I did, I'll pop that bonnet for you, so I do want to show you there before we finish up. Now that is beeping at me because the car is still running, being a push button, and so because I've got that key in my pocket, it's just a little reminder so you don't forget. But through the inside of the bonnet there too, looking very tidy. Obviously the battery on the right hand side there, tools and everything as well. Look. Very little quiet little motor. Obviously the boxer engine there too. Very tidy. So thank you again, Vanessa, for your inquiry, and can't wait to hear your feedback soon.